Roll call, sir.
Commissioner Gator.
Here.
Commissioner Geller.
Here.
Commissioner Buckley.
Here.
Commissioner Point present.
As you wish, stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clark.
Father God, we thank you for all the gifts that you bestow on us. We ask this next week where we celebrate Country Days and thousands of people are in town, that you provide safety and hopefully good weather. And we ask that you give us wisdom and guidance for the decisions that are made here today. All these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Consent agenda's on the board. Motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we have an item to amend the personnel policy. This is existing. I don't see that big plus at the bottom means the next slide applies to this. This is revised. And basically it just defines clearly how holiday pay works and the need to work actively the day before or the day after. It just spells out the rules of holiday pay. Motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept or approve the revised pay holiday policy.
Second.
I'll second.
Questions?
Let me make a comment on this, because this goes through our office. We've experienced since last year a multitude of cases where the day before holidays, people just don't show up, and they're not scheduled vacation or anything, they're absent that day so they can make a 4-day weekend or whatever the case, and it's tough scheduling things
Right.
when people aren't at work.
Talk about the road and bridge. Active crews out there.
Or some of the other ones that have the same thing, or we have, just in other departments, when they're gonna be gone those days, then work doesn't get done for a longer period of time.
Right.
Now, if they've got scheduled vacation, something's different, but I know Corey came up with this, the wording on the thing, and if anybody's got questions, you.
Yes, female deputies, maternity leave, how's that affect if they're on sick?
If they're on maternity, they're probably on FMLA, so it's all.
Okay, or if they're, I guess not quite maybe in FMLA yet, a sickness.
If it's scheduled
Pregnancy,
time
I mean,
off.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, if it's scheduled time off, so the problem is these last minute, well, we're not gonna show up the day before holiday,
okay,
so that we can have.
just wanted to get a little clarification on that.
Okay, any other questions? Yes.
So is that any pre-scheduled comp time, sick time, anything pre-scheduled?
I think it's scheduled, yeah. Is that true?
Right.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
really for to help the offices where if you have employees, they call in sick, like on this past holiday, they're sick on Tuesday and they might have been off on Friday, well then they have this extended weekend and it was unscheduled. You know, you got the other people in the office that have to pick up the slack.
Okay. All right, any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Clerk, you want to talk about this one? Oh, okay, this
No,
is
sir.
Sheriff.
I could, but I don't know anything about it.
I think the sheriff will.
I got the wrong one.
You can discuss it in depth.
So what we're asking for is to renew a contract with Keefe Commissary Network. That's who we currently have. They are the providers of all our commissary, and we used to get 25% returned to us. We were able to do 30%.
Return to the Sheriff's Department.
Yes, it goes in the commissary fund, and then and Amber might be able to help me on that total. When it gets to a certain amount, that commissary fund is turned over.
Correct, so anything that in excess of operating the commissary outside of inmate actual balances that they've deposited into their own commissary, any excess above a certain amount is turned over to the inmate security, which helps fund anything for operations for keeping the inmates safe.
Okay. If I wanted to put $100 in my cousin's account out there, would he only get 70% of that?
No, he gets a full access to that. What we're saying is the money that he's making off of the commissary, this 25%,
Is the
and that
profit,
reaches a
the
certain
profit.
amount.
The
Is
profit.
that
It gets
finished
turned
or
over.
what it loses?
No inmate money gets turned over directly to the county.
Okay,
That belongs to the inmate and is never leaves until they leave.
Amber, is this the same company? I mean, we've been dealing with them for years.
Yeah.
The previous contract ran in the middle of the year. All we're doing is doing by the terms now, the sheriff term.
motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the renewal of the contract with Keefe Commissioner and Network LLC for Sheriff's Department.
I'll second that.
Question?
I do have a question. I know that, it had been discussed prior that instead of inmates upon release getting a check, that they would be getting like a gift card, kinda like we do with our jurors. Is that something that could be potentially possible with the new contract?
I'll double check on that. I do know we were
It's not
discussing that.
a necessity, but I know there's been a
Yeah,
lot of
it'd be
issues.
easier if we could go ahead and just pay them out then than trying to mail a check. I think
Well, just like we do with the jurors.
Parks was talking about that with the jury. So yeah, I think we did look at that. I don't know what Dana found out, but I'll go back and re-look.
Okay, so you're happy with them?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Okay, sole source provider Atkins. There you go.
This is the people that print our ballots. And since we had an election earlier, I didn't think we'd have to print this, but after looking at it, we did it in December, which it has to be in the same year. So we listed it in the newspaper for 10 days now. We shouldn't have to do it again in November because we'll be using the same provider for the ballots. Just got an email from them not 10 minutes ago. There's a lawsuit on Amendment 5. And so they cannot print the ballots nor send us a sample of the ballots. I put a sample of all 4 of the amendments on our website and we're starting to market that. But amendment number 5 is in court. They've got a drop dead date next week and we will have sample ballots at that time. Then they'll have to print them because we start voting 2 weeks from today. So they'll have to print everybody's ballot that uses them in the state within that, less than a week and get them to us. So we'll get it covered, but we can't we can't show anybody or give them a sample ballot because we don't have sample ballots yet.
Well, last time I looked, the sample ballot didn't have our county issues on it. Are they on it now?
They're not, right now, none of the local elections are on it. We will be approving a sample ballot, one with and one without the Amendment 5 this next week. So hopefully next week we will then have a sample ballot that we can distribute, and in the following week people are voting on it, so,
Yeah.
or start voting.
I make a motion, we approve Atkins as a sole source provider and to run that in the newspaper for 10 days.
Second.
For elections.
Questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Permission to apply for opioid grant. Mike?
The opioid funding opened and we're going to apply for the opioid fund. That would be to potentially have a 25% match on the RSAT grant that we applied for. I'm still waiting for the approval of that grant, hopefully by the end of the month, because our current RSAT grant ends at the end of this month. So it'd be the 25% match for that. In the RSAT grant, I actually wrote it as a 25% to be an in-kind match, so hopefully I won't need the opioid funding, but I don't want to miss out on it if I don't get the in-kind grant match. Also, in the opioid funding, I was looking to purchase an incinerator for the sheriff's office. $15,000 includes the purchase of the incinerator and installation setup fees. The incinerator would be used for destruction of seized narcotics, and it'll keep us state and federal regulated in reference to the destruction of that. Plus, it'll keep us from using a third party outsourced destruction of our evidence when we get a destruction order from the court when the case is adjudicated.
Make sure it's destroyed.
Correct.
Okay.
Would that be, and if, say you get that incinerator, the local cities could use it too?
They can, yeah. I don't know if we're gonna, add a cost to that, because it would take a cost. You can either have it hooked to propane or electric.
Mhm.
I think St. Jen's, currently uses electric. They say it's a little dirty. I think the propane's cleaner. But I have to do a cost analysis on that and figure out whether or not it's gonna be more efficient to have electric or propane hooked to it. And then, of course, we have to see where it's gonna be set at the sheriff's department, close to.
How big is it? Have you ever seen it?
It's actually pretty large, the incinerator that we're looking at. You can put, I think, up to 6 large, trash bags in it at one time.
This is just another quick, or you're not gonna use it to destroy anything else other than that, those, I mean, it won't be used for records or anything like that?
It could be used for records.
That's what, I don't know how much we pay a year for shredding. I don't know if that's a possibility. I know my department used several $100, $500 to $1,000 to have a company come down and shred them. I'm sure we could transport them there if that's a possibility. Louis, you have that thing where you're paying for shredding and it's,
Whatever the sheriff, we pay quite a bit.
I'm just saying, if it is
The
something.
circuit clerk probably pays more than anything for their
I'd
shred.
say collector probably too.
I don't know, but it might be something to look at too, because it's
Yeah,
only used
I
for
mean,
that.
if shredding them's destroying them, so if you put them in an incinerator, you're just gonna destroy them. So it absolutely could be used for destruction of records, narcotics. I know, speaking with St. Jen, their street department also, excuse me, uses it for, domestic animals that are hit on the highway and they get picked up. They use it for that, not for public purposes or anything of that nature, and not for wildlife, but things of that nature that are just left, and we want to pick up our county highways and stuff like that. They utilize it for that as well. But multiple purposes for it.
Primary for the drugs with the
Right.
approval of the opioid, just make sure that's our
Well,
primary.
because it is the opioid
Yeah,
fund, so
it
it has to
is.
be utilized for that, but that is our primary
Others
purpose
can be
for it
secondary.
initially.
Give permission for the sheriff's department to apply for the opioid fund grant.
Second.
Questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Mike, hold up. Don't you have someone to introduce?
I do not, but I believe the treasurer of St. Francis County does.
Peyton Reiner, right here, this is our intern for the county here, so it's her first week this week, and stand up, and I told her she gotta give a 30-minute speech up there, she didn't believe me. but-
Welcome.
Says Peyton, her name with the face here, but she's gonna be, around Old County in here, and she's already making some good progress and helping us with a lot, quite a bit so far, so.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll make note in the minutes that, thank God, she looks like her mom.
Thank you, Mike.
Duly noted.
Okay. Did I get a vote on that? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
I'm gonna keep harping on this. Please get a building permit if you're gonna build. It's important. So I'm gonna bring that up every week for a while. Okay, next plan meeting, right here, yes.
I have a question on that, on the building permits. I know we don't have planning and zoning, but is there any way to implement some kind of penalty if
Well, they pay a
it's
penalty, they do
found?
call.
No, hold on, let me finish. If it's found that somebody did not obtain a building permit, so the assessors goes out and sees they've built a structure and they didn't get a building permit for it, after the fact, can we impose a penalty that they didn't obtain that prior?
We looked into that a couple of years ago, and we were told by our prosecutor, legal, that we have, because we have no,
There's no enforcement up front.
yeah, and there's no setup or judicial enforcement too. We have to set up like the cities do with their own judge, and I would hope that you guys, when you go to your meetings with the other ones, first-class counties, if you find, the only problem is every other first-class county has planning and zoning. So, they're no man's land. Cape, they don't have planning and zoning. You might check and see what they do.
See how they do it.
If there's some ordinance or something, but,
We'd be better off stealing an idea that's
Exactly.
been held up in court than coming up with
I
our
mean,
own.
they do stand to lose the building that they just built with, having to tear it down being in
Yeah.
floodplain or anything like that. I mean,
It's-
that's what they run into.
Problem, I have a very, very, very close neighbor that just built an addition of 6 figures that I had faced. You come and tell them you're gonna have to shut it down, you know, when you have no way to enforce it, so, anyway.
Well, this guy, just one corner of his building is in the floodplain. But the law says if one corner's in it, the whole building's in it. And so he's got issues with FEMA. So they're chasing him. Okay. Next meeting right here, a week from now. Sales tax report. Now, these percentages are not additive. I just put that on there to show the trend. So this one's up a little bit. Use tax is down, but again, that's not additive, that's year to date on a percentage. So it shows where we're going on that.
They about washed out. The difference that we were up in sales tax was the difference that we were down in use tax with all.
Yeah. Okay. Other business, correspondence.
Well, thank you guys for being after the storms that we had. I mean, that's hit and miss around St. Francis County right now. You guys may not get it, and Leadwood's getting hammered, or vice versa. Farmington gets it, and you know, Goose Creek isn't getting it. So it's
Okay, any
thank
public
you guys.
comments? Yes.
I think that was her public comment.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is William Dyson. I am speaking on behalf of the Road and Bridge employees represented by Teamsters Local 600.
Okay, now wait a minute. What you're gonna say is probably a negotiation.
No, it's not, sir. It's not. And this is all public knowledge. I mean, this could all be sunshine requested when we're done.
Okay.
So, negotiations began in September 2025. And since April 28, 2026, there has been no meaningful progress towards a new agreement. The county's wage proposal remains zero, despite every other county department receiving raises during this same period, with the exception of the sheriff's department.
Now again, that's a negotiation.
What is a negotiation?
The wages, that's our next issue.
We're not negotiating. We haven't negotiated since April 28th, sir.
It is in process.
But it's not. There's no correspondence whatsoever. None. Zero. I've reached out to your legal, they're not responding. We're right back to where we were.
No, it's in process.
Okay, well, I'll leave that section out.
Okay.
For years, Teamsters Local 600 in St. Francis County have negotiated contracts without the need for costly outside legal counsel. Yet last year, the county has chosen to spend taxpayer dollars on attorneys while offering the road and bridge employees no wage increase at all. These employees maintain county roads, respond to emergencies, and provide essential services to the citizens of St. Francis County. They are not asking for special treatment, only for fair treatment, equal that provided to other county employees. Local 600 remains committed to reaching a fair agreement through negotiations. However, if meaningful progress continues to be delayed, Local 600 is prepared to explore every avenue under Missouri labor law to protect the interest of its members. Today, we urge the Commission to return to the bargaining table in good faith and present a fair proposal that recognizes the value of these dedicated public servants. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Okay, any other public comments? Any departmental reports? And I do want to report storm damage. That pole on the left side is broken. You see tree damage down. Go ahead and give your report.
As you can see, we, around the county, just kind of isolated incidents, but the picture on the left, that was out on Watkins Road. The one in the middle was, I think, Watkins also. The one on the right, that's Old Fredericktown. Like I say, it just seems to be kind of, I don't know, we had straight line winds or what it was, but it just hitting several locations. Some of the areas really hit hard was Doe Run area. Old Fredericktown was mentioned there. Bismarck, Loughborough Road that runs over to Route B. Cochran Road had several trees down on it. I think the only thing that came really halfway good of the whole storm, we had a tree down on Griffin, and the Park Hills Police had a pursuit, and the cop car, or the guy ran into the tree and the police was able to apprehend him. So that was on a good note with the storm.
Kind of a natural roadblock.
Yeah, natural roadblock. But, we had recently tore out two, runs of 42-inch pipe down on Rock Road. We ended up forming them up and pouring with concrete on the inlet side and outlet side of them. Rip-rap ditch line on Strickland parallel with the railroad tracks in that area. Rip-rap ditch on Turley Mill, for customer concern. A pipe on Rugley Road, a 15-inch by 30 we installed. Trim trees on Watson that person called in about. Our prison crew, we needed and cleaned ditch areas on Buck Mountain, Arnaldi, Vandergrift, Westover, Hillsboro, Cedar Run, Cedar Falls. Picked up 40 pounds of trash on Kings Road. Our mowers are both out in the north Bonter area and in the south districts also. Installed a pipe and hauled rock on Murphy. Our contractor recently finished up doing the hydro seed up on Turkey Creek. Hopefully get some, establish some better.
Did that survive the rains?
Yes.
Okay.
It did good. They did that, complete that last Friday, I think about 10:30 in the morning. Looked like the coverage is good, maybe get some, vegetation to stabilize that bank. We finalized our employee IDs and, for all the departments, sheriff's department's got theirs in. So our new fuel system going in will be updated here within the next week or two. Our mechanic work, we got our list in for the 953 Cat. We should be picking up our parts steady to get it back up and running. We had one more down due to some bearing issues. We got them replaced and got it back up and running. We mowed some property on Alexander and cemeteries on Copenhagen and Fredericktown. Sign work, we got another batch of our stickers in, started applying them. It says St. Francis County.
Thank you.
We did a left turn, right turn post on College, turn left and turn right on Rosen Road and a post. Dead end sign on Long, and temporary signs, one lane road on Rock Road, delineator and base on Lambeth.
Long Road's not named after you.
Nope.
Hey, Brian, were there any road and bridge utilized to respond to that emergency storm that came through?
Yeah.
Any road and bridge employees?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you keep a good records of that too, right?
Yeah, we're in the process of getting, some funding. I think it's, 50 match, I believe is what it is. So we're keeping track of all of our time, expenses, fuel, try to get reimbursed for that.
Okay.
So that's in the process right now.
Okay. Any questions, Road and Bridge? Okay,
I got a brief thing. Early voting starts 2 weeks, as I said. We've been putting out on our website, and I appreciate some of the people here go ahead and furthering it to their people, and I wish everybody would do that on the 4 amendments, because they are gonna take a while. Just one random thing, I've been dealing with about the only person left on the Doe Run Fire Department board.
fire department or water?
Fire. We need to get some people, I mean, that covers that whole area out there, White Cliff, Winchester Hills, and right now they don't have a treasurer, they don't have a proper board, and it's putting that fire department, they've got plenty of volunteers to fight fires, and they have equipment, but we have to get some things done, and there's a lot of people with business experience there that would need to step forward and get on the board. We need to have a meeting someplace at some time to try to get that together, because you can't write checks legally unless you have a treasurer. I mean, just practical stuff. So,
Well, while you're on that too, Kevin, not to interrupt you there, we have a water board too. And Josh down at, it's Pilot Knob Water Board, we need 2 from that area on the water board too. I've contacted some, but they've never contacted back, so maybe we could kind of implement both of them at the same time too.
we need to have a meeting someplace with citizens, start telling some people about it, because, I mean, that's a problem.
We gotta get
You know,
some
your
involved.
ISO rating, there's a lot of $1 million houses in that
Yeah.
fire district that if their ISO rating goes down to, that's gonna cost them, you
Yeah.
know, and it needs to be done.
Just finding volunteers to fill on any of these boards is just, it's rough.
Okay. Sheriff. Brought up your, updated sheriff's picture there.
The new jail.
Yeah, that's our new jail.
Okay, some of our numbers have increased. Weekly calls went up about by 50. We're at 429 for last week. So that brings us up to 8,434 for the year. Inmate population went up by 6. We're at 128. 108 males, 20 females. With an upcoming retirement in our detective bureau, we've started a new program where we're doing an internship, a 2-week rotation for interested personnel that may want to go into that field. And we've started with our first deputy. We started Monday with the detectives. Kind of unusual for an administrator in law enforcement to get more good phone calls than bad phone calls, but I'm getting a lot of calls from citizens complimenting us on all the divisions of the sheriff's department. So I'm really happy with our employees. Like I said, usually you get the negatives, you don't get the positives, and we're getting the positives. So
Give us an example.
well, we had an incident where a juvenile was at a juvenile facility, out of control. Deputy went there, handled it. Next night, same thing. That same deputy went back. They said he was very professional. Those are the calls you kind of go, here's another issue that's not being corrected.
Is this in a home or what?
Yes, without releasing too much
Right.
information, but yes, it was a juvenile facility.
Okay.
They said he was very compassionate, was excited kind of to be there and help this juvenile, so stuff of that nature, just responding to calls,
Okay.
domestics, how they handled that.
You also have one Knob Lick too. That Knob Lick. with the
Oh,
deputy.
yes, we had an employee that was terminated from business. He was causing a scene. Individual called in, deputies responded, they were there immediately, helped this individual leave the scene, and the owner was very happy with the way it was handled, very professional. So, yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks, Gary. Got Country Days coming up, I think Kevin mentioned that, so Farmington, depending on the weather, how it's gonna work out, maybe a little crowded, keep that in mind if you're gonna come to Farmington. Be prepared for some of the road blockages. We do have an upcoming training, this is more for law enforcement, but I wanted to mention it because some of our tenured staff that have been there for multiple years have said that this is the first time that they remember the sheriff's department reaching out and bringing somebody to this area. This is gonna be August 10th. It's an 8-hour post-approved training for that's police officer standards and training. So law enforcement from other areas can come here to hear this. It's gonna be on criminal interdiction. It's an outside instructor. He has 34 years experience. He's gonna come here and teach other law enforcement.
What is criminal interdiction?
When you make a traffic stop, things to look for that may be drug couriers, mules, things of that nature. Just the telltale signs, the body language.
Okay.
It's not tricks, but it's proven.
Look
Things
deeper.
you look for.
Look deeper.
Where's that gonna be held again?
We're gonna do it at the jail, but we're looking at bringing in about 30 officers from outside agencies.
I was gonna say that if you
We may be packed, so I may reach out to Farmington Fire Department for their training room and/or the
Now, that building's not gonna handle it.
We have,
Center?
we have that, and we also have the one over at Weber.
Okay, yeah, yeah, so, just kind of depends on the feedback we're gonna get on, registration. We may have to move our location.
Okay.
That was mine.
Reserve the room.
Yes.
Any questions for the sheriff? Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
We've already heard Road and Bridge. Any other departmental reports?
Kim, what's that first day of, we can file?
Which day the start?
Yeah.
The whole state has decided to honor my birthday on June 23rd and start voting that day. So I appreciate that. It's those little things that really help.
Good.
Okay. Any other departmental reports?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Quit sitting around there, good work.